Hello and welcome back to Lights Camera Location with me, Ash. Thanks for tuning in for this very special Titanic episode. And as we can't actually go and visit the Titanic wreck, or go and see where they filmed the Titanic in Mexico because there isn't really anything to see, I brought you here instead to Titanic Belfast. So let's go and check out the place where the actual Titanic was built and launched. Titanic was released in 1997 and since its release has become one of the most successful films of all time. Directed by James Cameron and starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, the film helped to bring huge public interest in Titanic and the mystery surrounding her ill-fated maiden voyage. Most of the film was shot at Fox Baja Studios in Mexico, using a combination of full-size replica ship sections and interior film sets brought to life in incredible detail with the aim of fully transporting the audience back to 1912. As the film sets have long since been destroyed and a tour of the Titanic wreck would be almost impossible for me to organise, I thought why not take you all to the place where it all began. That brings us right here to Titanic Quarter in Belfast, home of the Harland & Wolff shipyards where the ship was built. So, if you're taking a trip to see the Titanic Quarter in Belfast, I recommend you start at the Harland & Wolff shipyards, right here. These were the shipyards where the Titanic was built. The iconic cranes can be seen in the distance. Just slightly north you'll find the Titanic dry dock and pump house. This dry dock was used for the ship's fitting out, painting and propeller installation. It had to be built separately for the Olympic class ships because at the time no other dry docks were large enough. Being next to the dry dock will give you a proper sense of size and scale of just how big the Titanic actually was. Heading back towards the museum you'll see the Titanic Hotel. This hotel was converted from the former drawing offices for Harland & Wolff. These rooms were used to draw out the plans for the White Star ships, including the Olympic class liners Olympic and Titanic. Since the Olympic and the Titanic were identical sisters, they had almost identical blueprints. And if you're popping into the Titanic Hotel, formerly the White Star drawing rooms, don't forget to get yourself a nice drink of Guinness. Cheers. Before entering Titanic Belfast, be sure to check out the area that was the former Titanic and Olympic shipyards just behind the main building. This location right here was where the great ship once stood. The ship's main construction, including all of the steel assembly and riveting, was done in this very spot. This plaque commemorates the spot where the Titanic was built and first launched back in 1911. Although she came to a tragic end in April 1912, her construction at that time is a tribute to the hard-working men that spent many painstaking hours putting the ship together. The main attraction to Titanic Quarter is Titanic Belfast, a brilliant museum experience that showcases the story of the Titanic from her construction right the way through to her launch and ultimately her tragic end in April 1912. The museum not only features interactive exhibitions but also a ride experience to bring to life the noise, heat and sweat of the workers' conditions as they spent many hard-working hours putting the ship together. The museum takes you through recreations of the ship's guest rooms, a showcase of White Star artifacts and the story of her collision with the iceberg. Recently added to the museum is an expanded section paying tribute to those who died, with a survivor's life jacket on display, recovered deck chairs and even a pocket watch recovered from a survivor of the ship. Quite moving, let me tell you. The exhibition also covers the story of Robert Ballard's discovery of the Titanic wreck in 1985. This ultimately led to a huge resurgence in public interest for the ship, ultimately climaxing in James Cameron's live-action Titanic film in 1997. At the end of the exhibition, don't forget to check out the fantastic showcase of merch from the movie. And don't forget to take a photograph on the front of the Titanic ship, just like the film. Your ticket into Titanic Belfast will also give you access to visit the last remaining White Star ship still in existence, the SS Nomadic, that now has a permanent home in front of the museum. In the movie, the SS Nomadic is briefly seen when Molly Brown boards the ship at Cherbourg. We see the Nomadic moored next to the Titanic. On board the ship, you'll get a chance to feel and experience the period in which the ship was built, and embed yourself in the culture of what made these White Star ships so special. Be sure to explore the rooms and take the time to examine the amazing funnels as well as the bridge of the ship with the wheels still intact. The Titanic was the greatest ship ever built in her day. In April 1912, she was the largest moving object ever built. Her tragic end will always continue to fascinate and interest people as we learn more and more about exactly how and why she hit an iceberg and sunk on her maiden voyage. Many of the safety protocols that are commonplace on ships today exist only because of what happened to the Titanic. She may be gone, but her impact and legacy will never be forgotten. Thanks to Titanic the movie, and of course the fantastic Titanic Quarter in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this insight into the world of the RMS Titanic. To stay up to date with all the latest videos, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at Lights Camera Location Videos and over on Facebook at Lights Camera Location. Thanks for stopping by.